Okay, so Herman showing off his World Championship the sleeves, but it seems to me like Ilian won the die roll. It's 11, maybe. So it's what me, you, and even Luke and a lot of other people in the background have been waiting all day for this deck by Ilian, which you can read as Subterror Dogmatica, but in reality, if we could fit all of the archetypes, we would need a book probably 100 pages long, so... Let's see. I'm not gonna pretend that I know what the plan is for this deck, because he's playing also Buster Blader cards, Dark Magician with the fusion, so... Let's see. Wow, and he opens up quite strong with one of his Red Eyes fusions, but Ash Blossom is there from Herman. Wow, what a start. And the next card coming down is the Nadir Servant. Wow, Matt the Bell. What an opening from both players. Finally, a set. And unfortunately, wow. I think everyone would have paid to get the Ilian opening, but the exact perfect response from Herman.
And I think that here Herman has the perfect hand. Ash Blossom, Ghost Bell, Fractal.
Yeah. This is absolutely insane by Herman. And now he gets to play the usual combos we've seen all weekend with Fractal sending Nerval. He skipped the kit, I believe. Yeah, which he now goes and add.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same list he played last weekend. And
otherwise, yes. As we mentioned, he's playing Zodiac cards. We have seen them earlier on today in Pierluigi match. And they are playing actually almost the same exact main deck card by card. So must have somewhat tested together for the past events, I guess. But let's see, because Ilian plays a lot of traps as well. And here is the first trap. Is it Trap Trick? Yeah,
I think so.
So Trap Tricks is flipped. And if you're Herman, you must be thinking, what is happening right now? What is this deck? But he goes on and gets the Dogmatica Punishment. So great solution here.
Yeah, I really like this 60 card deck in which you can fit basically all the good things you have, and playing multiple copies gives you access to hit them quickly.
Yeah, and compared to a deck like Jake Quincy 1, the drawbacks of playing Dark Magician when you have like 60 cards, it's much lower. So now he's cutting the deck, and he will probably just use the Dogmatica Punishment on the kit.
Yeah, I think so.
So we'll see if Herman has even an additional extender. Well, what a hand. I mean, as perfect as it gets. So he now resolves, so he can get to send either the Dogmatica to search in the end phase, more likely, I would say.
Yeah, he's considering it.
But yeah, he has so many different options in the extra deck. As expected, he just gets the search in the end phase by doing so with the Ecclesia. But now Herman goes on and activates the kit, which he haven't yet, to send another monster to the grave, which is the Keras, I think. Which I think he really wish he had in hand. But now let's see if Herman has another extender.
Yeah, because if he does, here things get complicated, but he does not.
Unfortunately, he doesn't. So it's set 1, hopefully for him it's a Revolt. And in the end phase, another Ash Blossom, on the Dogmatica. So play is back on Ilian, who really hopes that the set card is not Revolt. If that's the case, he's in trouble. And he draws the Ecclesia. So Ecclesia is summoned, gonna search for another punishment or one of the monsters. Yep. Maybe the... let's see. One of the drawbacks is... if you go for the Maximus, is that the Tri-Brigade trigger in graveyard. So he will nonetheless go for the Maximus, so he doesn't think like that's too much of a problem.
Yeah, now if Herman has the revolt, that might hurt, because otherwise, yeah, I think this is the only card I can think of now.
Absolutely. So Maximum comes down by banishing most likely the Dogmatica right away. Yeah. No surprise here. And there he comes. So now Herman can flip the revolt, and he does. Okay, wow. What an end from Herman. But the ghost spell is there. I mean, worth it, and you gotta give credit to Ilian. He got double Ash and Bell on Herman's side, but this Bell hurts so much from Ilian.
What a game.
Yeah, what a game on our hands. Already the 60 card deck showing up strong on Ilian's side.
And now I think it's looking good for Ilian, which was, as you said, Ash then Beld. Now it's not looking even bad for him.
Yeah, so he activates the Maximus. This actually gives Herman somewhat of a chance. But here you can see another one of his engines. He sends, I think, up Cologne to the graveyard. This way he can search for one of his Shadow Schism in his deck. Which is a great tool. Winda is such a powerful card against most decks of the format. So if you're Herman, you can choose a bunch of things to send to the grave. Let's remember that he plays the Zodiacs, so his actual deck is quite tighter. And he does send...
the Eagle, I think, and we didn't see the other one.
Yeah, also I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like he sent... one of the ones he can trigger.
No,
the longbow,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So he can draw one and send one. But he didn't send the bear, so...
No.
Yeah. So not a surprise, Up Cologne is gonna be used.
And once again, 60 card deck is showing how powerful it is. Like, you can play, guys, whatever you prefer, and these are all good cards playing in multiple copies and showing up strongly.
And this is particularly interesting because usually when you ask your opponent how many cards they got and they say 60, you expect something like Matteo we see in the past. So a combo deck, maybe a Dragon Link. You never expect something like this with so many traps. So this is definitely interesting from Ilian. And now he gets the Schism. Yeah.
And Shadow Wind, a card we haven't seen so far this week, and I think is one of the biggest problem for every single deck in this format, because it's not always so super easy to deal with Winda, especially because most of the decks are relying on multiple special summons. Hopefully we will get to see Winda in action here.
Absolutely. So, wow, another fusion, but the problem is that he had to discard it for Up Cologne. This is interesting, he didn't use it because he's locked out of the extra deck, but he didn't try to use it first. This is definitely unusual from Ilian.
But yeah, I mean, he had it already, so...
Yeah, he thinks that that this engine and the Winda is better, which... it's quite risky now, because if you do it at the very beginning of the turn, then Winda is quite effective. But if you already give the Tri-Brigade a graveyard, then they can just summon any one of them and get an Omen. Exactly. So, not as effective. And in the end phase, the Predaplant he sent from the graveyard will allow him to actually search for the last copy of Red Eyes Fusion, which is not a good news for Herman, knowing that even if he deals with this, Red Eyes is coming back. Okay, so he starts with Nerval. And as I was saying, this Winda is a lot less scary, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he could have tried to activate the Red Dice Fusion earlier in the turn to try to get the Dragoon. Because here, yeah, he changed the Schism, but...
yeah, the Schism doesn't really do much here. He banishes 2. And even if you get the win, the Omen can just get rid of it easily. Yep. And yeah, seems like that will be the case. Omen is the field, and he will be able to banish one of his opponent monsters. Yeah, the wind up, most likely. And now Herman is free to continue. He's gonna link someone, maybe the longbow, and activate the Omen. He should have plenty of cards banished, so he can pretty much add any card, even the cat, I believe, and go for the longbow if he has it, which could be a really good combo.
Yeah, the Schism might have hurt a lot, but in this spot it was quite unfortunate because the wind, yeah.
But let's remember that Herman is playing the Zodiac version, and he cut the Rescue Cat from the deck altogether, which is one of those controversial decisions that seems to be paying off, but you never know. So he's in control at the moment, and definitely, I think the longest game one we have seen all day. We had some pretty back and forth matches, but in game one, they weren't as back and forth as this one, and I really enjoy how they are both trying their best with decks that aren't that straightforward compared to the rest of the field today.
Yeah, usually our game 3 for today was the game that lasted more, or was the most surprising one, but they're showing us how hand traps hurt a lot during this format, but with only one card you can come back.
And now again, Keras comes down, and Herman has so much room for pushing damage, so... I didn't really catch if he banished 3 or 4. Yeah. Okay. And now he's probably going for the access code, right? Yeah. He goes for the access code, great stuff. He can push so much damage, and it should be plenty of damage enough to just win the duel on the spot. So he pops the Maximus, he's gonna pop the Ecclesia as well. And yeah, this is more than enough to win, just to make sure he's okay. He will banish a third card, enters the battle phase, attacks, and Ilian has seen enough. So Herman, through a quite back and forth match, in the end is the winner of this game 1. So definitely an interesting start. It seems like Herman had the best possible opening hand with the Ash for the fusion and the Bell for the Nadir, but at the end the game was closer than we expected, and for both sides I gotta say Ghost Bell really put in a lot of work.
Yeah. Now looking at the side deck, I'm wondering what Ilian plans is, considering he's playing 60 card deck. And looking at his side deck, he has like some interesting choices, such as Waking the Dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, Anti-Spell Fragrance, a card we have seen a lot of players siding in, going first during our game 2. But yeah, I think for the rest, we don't...
Yeah, he's mostly probably not gonna side much. He has a deck which is structured in a unique way, full of responses, and he probably thinks that his opponent doesn't know what to side, which is the case. Because to be honest, he saw a few engines, but he didn't see the Subterror, he didn't see the Buster Blader engine or the Paleozoic engine, so Herman could be in trouble. Just theoretically, though, he could be siding, I guess, Cosmic Cyclone, RP Feather Duster, maybe the Schoolmeister are okay.
Yeah, maybe these are the ones to be sided in, because rather than that, I don't really think he's going to side in other cards. Yeah,
it's definitely interesting. He has the Salaman Great It Leo in the side deck, which is quite a unique choice, but that could come in handy. And again, a difference is that although Herman is the one who should expect more differences from a standard deck list, Ilian didn't see the Zodiacs. So if he doesn't think about that possibility, maybe on a tanky, he could get caught off guard by the Zeus from Herman. So definitely looking better for yeah, Herman, but let's just see how the game plans.
Especially because in game 1 there was a moment in which Ilian activated the bell on the revolt and Herman was left with only one card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem there was that the Ecclesia on the maximum didn't really do much.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether if he would have added a punishment, maybe he would have had game there. Because the Winda was not doing anything. The grave was already full.
Yeah.
Well, if he got the punishment on the monster, Herman maybe would have lost the game. So I'm not sure. I think like Ilian might have won game 1 if played a little more carefully. But no matter what, our players are now ready for game 2. So who is gonna advance to the top 8 tomorrow? Is it gonna be Herman with a 2-1, 2-0, or are we gonna see a game 3? So I see a couple spells already in Ilian End, but I'm not guessing which one they are because there are so many different incredible spells. And here you can see Herman probably being shocked by this hidden city. But okay, he drops the Ash again on Herman's side. And is there gonna be another spectacular spell? I think I see the Waking the Dragon.
Yeah.
There is a Waking the Dragon set. And he passes. Oh my god. This could actually be so good. The last set for Ilian is Waking the Dragon. If for whatever reason Herman decides to destroy it, the game could just be over on the spot. He has the warrior from different planets. So wow.
I'm pretty sure Ilian also had like a trap trick if I'm not mistaken, but I think he didn't really want to risk anything because if your opponent wants to pop one of your back row, he just goes for the Waking the Dragon.
And Tanky is the opening card from his opponent. And now we can see Ilian understands that Herman deck contains some Zodiac cards. This is what the deck is supposed to be doing. If you go for the Rat, you can also get the Perro Blade to the graveyard. And this gives you a rank 2 access easily. But if that's not enough, you also have the Zeus. Do you think he will go for the Zeus?
And now he has a chance because, I mean, basically his opponent is not activating anything, so it will be a good solution for Herman's side. Yeah. But maybe if he manages somehow to put enough damage, I think if he has a chance, he will try.
And I think the longbow comes down from Herman, so he doesn't commit to a Zeus. He wants to try and push for game. And he will use its effect to special summon a kit. Now banishing 2. Probably getting a bear. What do you think?
Yeah, now if he figures out that he can push enough for damage, maybe...
It's tough. As we mentioned, he's playing It Leo. So It Leo is one of those cards that could play around the Waking the Dragon. But right now, Ilya is in trouble. He's just desperately hoping that his opponent destroys his set card. And if that doesn't happen, I think he's in... Ooh, but the Nibiru comes down. Quite a surprise here from Ilian. So Nibiru is coming down and getting rid of the entire field from Herman. Even though he will get back a few effects. So.
Yeah, the Nibiru is huge. We were not considering it, and this might change things quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It means that now Herman can get the revolt, and he can also draw a card and shuffle one back. But at least he's not getting OTK anytime soon, most likely, I guess. Yeah. So the token is summoned. Yeah, they are discussing the deposition.
Yeah, because now, although Ilian is left with the Waking the Dragon, at least the Nibiru prevents Herman from like pushing enough for damage.
So now, as mentioned, you can use both the longbow and the bear. He will draw first, it seems like. Let's see. And he will also use the kit, by the way. So, kit is gonna be activated, sending Nerval. Then he gets the revolt. Yeah, and finally he gets the draw with the longbow. So here he needs to send something back. Okay, so yeah, they're just asking how they want the deck to be cut, but yeah, revolt is added, one card is shuffled back by Herman, and then he will just draw one and shuffle, put another one on the bottom. So. Yeah. I guess just asking clarifications of all the chain links that are going on. But yeah, nothing to worry about at the moment. He just puts something back and then he draws a card and again puts something back. And finally we'll add one Tri-Brigade with the Nerval.
Yeah.
Yeah, so trying again to find a solution. And finally, yeah, he doesn't even need to shuffle at the moment because he will activate the Nerval. Yeah. So now he gets potentially the Keras, could be a good one. If he has a special summon left.
I think so.
Yeah, he thinks he gets the Keras, the one that makes the most sense. Okay.
And now if he finds a way to special summoning it...
Yeah, it could lead to trouble. Again... he only needs to pay attention to not destroy the face down. He does bring out the Keras. Great stuff. So, the graveyard is full of monsters, so he can summon any level he wants. And it seems like he's going for the Omen. And here, this is the turning point. Is he gonna select the back row? Because if that's the case, oh boy. I smell trouble from Herman. But I mean, you can't blame him for trying if that's the case. Okay, luckily for him, well played, I guess, in a way by Herman, who banishes the Nibiru instead and decides to push a bunch of damage. Unfortunately, the Waking the Dragon is still face down from Ilian, the only card keeping him somewhat in this game. Play is back with 2 face downs from Herman. He picks up something. Herman still has... and it's a terraforming. I'm not sure if he has Mystic Mine in his deck as well. I don't think so. No. So it's probably gonna be another Hidden City, I think. Which is pretty bad at the moment.
Yeah, I think he just wants to take some time and hope that Herman will somehow destroy his back row. Yeah.
Hidden City, honestly, you couldn't care less about it. So I would be surprised if Herman really cared about this. Yeah. Not really having any reaction there. So he gets the Guru. I gotta say, the only part of this deck that doesn't really convince me that much. The rest seems really fitting. The Guru, not so much. But now Herman, again, can stop his opponent, and he will. So the Revolt once again comes down, and it will allow him to go for a Link Free. Because he doesn't have enough space for a Link 4, so Omen cannot come down, but he already has one on the field, so he will probably banish the Guru.
Yeah, this is very good for Herman because now he gets to add another card with the Nervo. Yeah, he banishes the monster.
Guru is getting banished, and again, unfortunately for Ilian, the face down is not going anywhere, so... it seems tough, again, really hoping that his opponent decides to get rid of the set, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. As you mentioned, he had the trap trick, which he held, and now he will special summon the Ecclesia, using its effect to get Maximus, maybe?
I think so. Yeah, with the trap trick...
The problem is, I don't think he has something to banish, so he will... Yeah, he gets the punishment instead, so... Maybe he just sets 2 and then pass after attacking, yeah. Definitely not the prettiest position for Ilian. Herman has the Link 3, which can bring back one from grave as well, so... It will be interesting to mention if at any point Herman had the read on the waking, but I really don't think so, but he's really playing around it, so... The Nibiru token gets attacked, and we are gonna go to main phase 2, set 2, pass, I think. Yeah. The 2 face downs are there for Ilian, which actually makes the situation worse for him, because Herman is more likely to destroy the newest ones than the oldest who was there all the time, so...
And now here just needs to find a way to push enough damage. He knows that he has the punishment.
It's very tough. It has a full end. The punishment can destroy 2 cards, but even so, there are so many resources in Herman's hand that it seems like he will be able to advance to the top 8, being the second red player of the day to do so, if that's the case. But let's see. Yeah, it seems like Ilian cannot wait, so he will activate right away the punishment, which is also a problem, because if he doesn't target the Tri-Brigade on field, he needs to send something big enough, so... Obviously, you want to send the entity, so... Entities, yeah, and he does. So, he probably pops both the Omen... and the other monster.
Okay.
He's thinking about it, yeah. Okay. Not a surprise, he pops both, but this means that the Omen can now be activated to get a card from the deck. And it does so. Again, only 1 card remains for Ilian. We know the first set is the Waking the Dragon that has been there the entire game, and the last set card is the only thing that is protecting him at the moment from losing his top 16 and getting kicked out of the tournament. Until now, Herman has shown an incredible knowledge of the deck, and he has been playing around every single possible options. He will start things off by using the Keras on field to summon an Omen.
And now I think we will soon see a trap trick being played, yes. Okay.
It does. And trap trick final desperation move from Ilian will grab any of his cards. What are you thinking of?
Oh, okay, it's reasonable. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think this is the only one that can save Ilian for this turn, because if Herman doesn't destroy the other Waking the Dragon, I don't see how.
Yeah, because these might make Herman want to banish the face down Waking the Dragon. So there is still a world in which that happens, and that would be amazing, because we might see a game 3 if that's the case. Still very unlikely, to be honest, but let's see what Herman decides to do. Yeah, he goes for the Ice Dragon Prison, which is gonna get chained, and yeah, he gets the link.
Yeah, he's going to banish one.
And he's going to banish both. I don't think it's gonna stick, so you can probably avoid using the tokens. Yeah, but Herman, I think has 5 cards in hand already. Wow.
Yeah, I think Ilian is just considering it, but yeah, once you take the token, you can banish both. I mean,
okay. He banishes
the Ecclesia, okay.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, I guess he's just trying to bait his opponent.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he didn't banish,
Yeah, again, he's just trying to stay alive and I guess asking his opponent to get rid of the last back row. Which Herman didn't do all game. And I can feel how frustrating this could be for him.
Yeah.
He has been playing the game pretty well. You can't say much about that. And Herman, for whatever reason, and not engaged a single time with this back row, which is really, really weird. And I'm sure we will try and ask him what he thought about that for the rest of the game. Because this is definitely not something you would see every day.
Yeah, well played by Herman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like Ilian picked up his cards. Unfortunately, let's see if he will reveal the set card to his opponent. It doesn't seem like that's the case. So well played by Herman, our second red player of the day, who advances to the top 8. And we will soon find out who his opponent is. But first, let's go back to us for the post-match discussion.